Hello, Virgo, and welcome to your reading with me, Melissa Joy, as we rewind, as we take a peek into the theme of this week. Whenever you show up, they're timeless reads. Your spirit, your soul, your guide knows how to keep you right on time and in track and in tune with who you are, your true self, okay, your truth. So anyways, it happens to be a bit of love and happiness. And also for some people, thanks to the sign of Cancer, they have also brought in the initiation of the anointing of the lovers. This could be relationships that have gone on for some time, maybe out of balance, maybe out of whack, maybe out of existence. And you're thinking, how's that going to happen? I don't know. You're about to tell me, but I'm telling you, one thing that is being put out is the old self-sacrifice. Now, sometimes just let you know, when you listen to people's readings, whoever they are, Seven of Swords isn't always just self-sabotage. It can be self-sacrifice coming from a spiritual place, all right? Not just a fear-based place. It could be the place that you were trained in, how you grew up. Maybe you're a second child or a middle child, and you were a mediator, and so you're always having to give on either end in order to try and mend and bring peace. But there's no more of that. There's the true peacemaking coming on in. And how do we do that? As Supply said, you make love out of nothing at all. So we're going to get a little bit of clearing on this energy to get that old self-sacrificial energy moving on out, that you can come into your harmony and peace. And you know what that's really about? It's not just all that woo-woo stuff. It has to do with fulfillment and satisfaction. So let this clear on out everything before and everything after. We're coming into the channel of now. I am excited for you, Virgo. Because see, let me see, what was the meditation saying? Ooh, it was saying someone's gonna get some. And I'm like, what? And they're talking about like all the way back. It was sing-songy, like K-I-S-S-I-N-G, kind of like that. Someone's gonna get some. So it has to do with some of this lovers vibe, which can be along the lines of Six of Cups, soulmates, divine connections, that giddy, that youthfulness, that innocent love. And that doesn't mean you can't have some zhuzh, some little pollination factor going up in there. Hello, we have the hummingbird here. Hello, we have the expecting of the mending of heaven on earth, the two worlds coming together. All right, being able to breathe, being able to process and feel alive wherever you are. And they're telling me to clear that energy for you with some sound clearing. So maybe we're going to open your ears to delightful things. So, and I'm telling you, because in the pre-shuffle, they said leave that there and let them see. Now, if you don't know, the octopus will lay there and guard its young until it dies. Okay, it will not go out and feed. So many of you have been dying up, drying up, shriveling in place, trying to keep your eye and your hand and your help on a situation to bring it into fruition. And we're moving into a whole new world. That was the old earthen era. That's how things have been for the last 40 years, the last 20 years, and the last 25 years. So talk about some shock waves. That's why it came in looking like a pandemic and a lockdown. It's like a storm front. When two different pressure systems collide, it's like a buckling of the land, and it causes this eruption of like shocking energy. Now we're moving that on out and clearing that out. That's why we just cleared your ears, they're saying. But we're getting this new web, this new insight and information coming on in that will keep you from being trapped and stuck in place and liberate you. Because often it's not the situation, people, places, or things. It's the ideology. It was the training and the rearing that we had, our normalizing, that overwrote our naturalizing, because we came in unlike, you know, a giraffe or a horse where they can just take off on their feet at once. We came in requiring the assistance of others to feed us, to clothe us, to everything else. And I got to pause right there, because Virgo, you're very practical and pragmatic. How many people struggle with feeding themselves? And especially in America, where culture isn't here, we are a melting pot. So it's being formed as we speak. Knowing how to feed yourself and what works well. There's always this kind of, well, nagling of the mind, this kind of self-sacrificial or self-sabotage, or just an air of doubt. And so if that wedge can get on in there, it can cause you to keep tilting scales where there's nothing needing to be tipped or tilted. No second guessing, no doubt, anything like that, combing through, looking under rocks, whatever else. And she's like, oh God, thank you. And that means your Capricorn energy can begin to come to rest. And that's going to bring in your other earth sign of Taurus, where the beauty, the provisions, the pleasures come on in, and not just earth and pleasures, but like the heart being mended, the mind and the heart getting on the same page. It means connecting. And that is what is happening here. The heaven on earth, that what you expect will come forth in tangible form. Okay, so let's get these moving now. Talk a little bit about some tea leaves that are hiding up under here. They're like, slip on in there and put that tea leaf back from the previous reading. And when I did, it was like a homing pigeon. It's like, woo, 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 this magnetic vibration of look and see what you just did. And I went, okay. So I look in there, Virgo, and what I did was separate the situation, because that tulips had to do with, you know, pleasure, not excitement. That's actually what's coming in. Pleasure and satisfaction. But it did separate you from the old. Out with the old, in with the new. All right, so whiz, bang, kapow! That's a life of celebration, where before it was death and endings and struggle and suffering and strife. So this is that old earth energy going on out. That's why there's a lightness arriving in your energy field and around you. And that's what the devil card, the one sitting on the web, was wanting you to know here, is there are hidden delights all through the forest of your life. Go through on these treasure hunts, and don't be just stuck in a situation trying to manage it, because the beautiful thing about this pollination, whether it's in a relationship with others, yourself, your world, your money, whatever, there's nature going on. We don't cause the blossoms to open, nor the bees to pollinate. They do that all on their own. And they're wanting us to get in rhythm with who we are now. Now that we've come into Age of Aquarius is what some call it. But at this channel, it's known as plasma. It's the fourth state of matter, and it's when Jupiter and Saturn came together. We have expansion and contraction, which means the multiplication and division. 707, that is the ultimate absolute change, is that everything's possible. Because somewhere right now, what you believe is impossible, or what you're longing for in your life, is occurring in someone else's life. That means it exists. All right, friend? So throw away the doubt, throw away the shame, throw away the backstabbing of yourself by, they're saying double guessing. Must have been why the twins were showing up here. You don't have to be excited about death. They're saying be excited that we eclipse in that. Watch. I'm not David Blaine or Copperfield, but boop, there we go. And here we are. This is what remains. So I'm going to go ahead and bury that in the pile over here. And they're talking about February, so the season of now. All right? And they're saying now. So they're saying now you know. Now you know. Because if it got a K on it, it'd be fine like wine, friend. So let's get on. They're saying pull it on in from here. All right. We're going to do that. We're seeing what is coming in, this firecracker, kaboom, bang. Some of you may want to back up for a second right now or at the end of this reading and check out the Leo. You might even backtrack to, I see. If you've had stuff messing with your mind, making you think you're crazy, you might do the full backwards spiel, like going down the slide of back to Leo and then also through Cancer, because this was the theme of the two coming on in, okay? And then that's going to begin to give you the leverage to spin in the right direction, the direction of prosperity, but only if that's speaking into your heart. If it's like, should I? Is that me? Scratch that on out. You'll be like, I am. If that's you, then click on them, okay, friend? Leave it to y'all to do a double layer. And this is definitely about love and the anointing, the blessing on your love relationships, all right? Things that doing away with the conditions and the tilting scales and beauty going out the window, the self-sacrifice of feeling like that somehow if you get what you're worth, meaning if you value yourself, someone else is going to lose out. But the thing is that's a misplaced mindset, just as you don't mind blessing others or friends or relatives or whomever with love towards their services or their gifts or their offerings, then accept it. Accept it the same for you, all right? They said stop adjusting your scales to be to your detriment. And that's why the King of Pentacles Look at that. Now, it looks like a fan, but really this is an opening in the heart. That is the key to life for you, friend. This isn't just money. That is your value. And it's coming out of it like a coin slot, like out of the piggy bank. It says, it's time to spend a little deliciousness on yourself, some time with yourself, some luxury on yourself, maybe some travel that is what you would like, regardless of whether anyone else wants to jump on board. Maybe take yourself to the symphony or some breathe. Productions on your own. But I love it. It's waking up, and that brings in the bit of the showmanship, your shine, your goldenness self. And it's not braggadocious or anything like that. You might go see some Annie. All right. It doesn't have anything to do with that. It has to do with you being in the truth of who you are. And it is a humbling factor. And humbling doesn't mean kneeling or bowing down or cowering or, again, the tilting of the scales. Humbling means knowing who you are and what you're here for and how to go about it. We don't know the how every moment in the future. We just know the how now, brown cow. Okay. With that is the Ten of Swords. And that does away with this. Remember, I was talking about that niggling or nagling on your mind. It's like this. It's like weaseling on in and pushing it on in and making way past all these thoughts at your mind. And whether these are people doing it to you or not, sometimes it's thinking for others. Thinking what? 11. Is that the mirror you've been looking in from? We are here to liberate you and set you free. Because like the Wonkavator, everywhere you go, there you are. There is no more sacrifice, okay? And then we're having to think for others. You can take things at face value. Why? Because you're not having to mend or adjust. Do you see what I'm saying? Ooh, and King of Pentacles is loving this. Y'all smiles like, finally, no more Chiron wound. And in this case, chart wound of Virgo. Okay, we are the whole zodiac, so everyone has Virgo, but wherever it's sitting in your chart, look at the planets that are there, okay? And you could see some of the intensity of what it's bringing forward for you. Now with that, this yellow is taking a little flight of fancy over here into this Eight of Cups. Now this isn't so much as walking away as it is walking towards, stepping into, stretching out of your comfort zone. And in this case, it's not exactly comfortable. Because remember in that pre-shuffle, that split, you were stuck, you were trapped, you were spinning like a skip in the record. And just putting that little bit of a penny on there, the value, the matter that you matter, allows it to begin to move forward with this curiosity. And as we see, spring has sprung. Ladybug, right? Ladybugs are beneficials, and it's letting us know it will be beneficial for you. It is absolute transformation. Opening up all the energies in your chart. No longer just earth, which is heavy. You're telling me that plasma is going to do that. Everything contains in it all 5 elements. Why? Because you're included. You are an element all on your own. You be all AU gold. Okay. Now with that brings in the 9 of Pentacles. It's like, this is yourself. This is your spirit talking to you freely. See this state of trust cascading down from your ears. Oh, that's what we were talking about. Get ready, friend. Your energy is returning to you because our ears have to do with our heart. They have to do with our kidneys. And it leads up to balance and adjust in the sense of bringing into our truth of how we see. Our eyes are connected to our adrenals. Our ears are our kidneys, okay? And that brings your heart into unison. And that's when you hear in stereo, surround, Dolby, IMAX, waboom, putting some bass on your treble. And you're all like, I think I kind of like that. You mean I'm not just going to hear it? I'm going to feel it. I'm going to touch it, taste it, see it, and smell it. Yes, you are, Virgo. All right, and that brings in, this is pushing out this old, like, these turbid waters of, like, unsettling feelings inside of you. Is like, things are going to continue to go and be the way they have. Dolphin is here straight out looking. So Dolphin is sitting over it like this. It's like, we pushing that on out of here. We're getting those old intimidations out of here because your waters are now free and clear. We are your guardians along the way. 14, you've moved out of the womb and out of the tomb into the grace of living and the truth of who you are. So no need to have to stay to yourself. Keep it to yourself. Carry these burdens alone. First of all, you don't have to carry burdens because that's what the Dolphin's doing. They're just bumping it on out of here with one blunt attack of their nose, they can kill an 11-foot hammerhead. Not like hammerheads are dangerous to us, but just letting you know that's what happened on the beach here one time. And with that, it's coming in this way. The firecrackers are coming your way. So they're saying, get ready to behold some surprises before your very eyes. Okay, Virgo? So look at you already loosening and lightening up, bringing a little playfulness in Gemini, causing your wheel to turn. What makes the wheel turn and life move forward is when we begin to enjoy ourselves and when we can be lighthearted and celebrate that there's so much more coming alongside us as you have been so faithful to come alongside others. Trust and know that all that is coming into your heart, into your hearth, and into your home. And I say yes and amen. If you like that, tap those buttons down below. They are free as always, and it helps us rise to the top. Like, share, subscribe, even share it to yourself. I do that, and I create playlists. So if I need to go back to that mind of like, okay, I'm struggling with double-mindedness or doubt or disbelief, man, I go into that playlist and I check out what my spirit leads me to there. So I don't have to go digging. That is efficient in my case. You can also leave comments and compliments down below. Let me know you were here. Stir up my world. Give me a look. Drop me a boom surprise. Okay, Virgo? I got Virgo midheaven. If you cannot tell, look at this. All right? Surprise. I love you. Talk soon. Bye.